What's up? Back with another review for you guys. This is Reviews by Hunter. That's me. I'm Hunter. This time we're doing something a little different. I am doing a review for a 2013 movie, horror film, The Conjuring, the first one in the franchise. I saw The Conjuring 4, The Last Rites trailer drop recently and decided that I need to go back, rewatch these movies so I can be caught up. I don't mess with paranormal stuff, usually, but for the channel, I decided I gotta review it. I gotta do it. So let's get into it. The Conjuring, 2013, directed by James Wan, released in July 19th, 2013. Um, where do I start? This movie was absolutely terrifying. This movie was so creepy throughout the whole thing, and it's just like it never gives you a moment to like really breathe. There's always something creepy going on. So the story follows Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are they're paranormal investigators, and they also refer to themselves as demonologists. Okay, and this also takes place in 1970, by the way. All right. And what Ed and Lorraine Warren do is they help people with their paranormal issues. Okay? Lorraine has like a supernatural connection. She can get premonitions, she can see visions, she can sense spirits, good and evil. So, of the couple, she is the one that's actually connected to the other side. Ed is not as much as her. He doesn't have that ability, but he later in the film he does perform an exorcism, and he's still very like intelligent in the realm of, I guess, demonology. But anyway, so there's this family called the Perron family. So yeah, Carolyn and Roger Perron and their 5 daughters. They buy this secluded, out in the middle of nowhere farmhouse. And right off the bat, the house looks super creepy, super weird. Would never step foot in there. All right. And like the way this movie is shot, by the way, is just, it's always like this uncomfortable feeling. Right off the bat, they have this dog named Sadie. The dog refuses to go into the house. It's barking, barking, barking. They're like, what's wrong with Sadie? And she never goes in the house, by the way. Later on, turns out that one of the supernatural entities, we can imply, kills the dog. So throughout the movie, just super messed up stuff is happening. Things that I would expect from a movie with paranormal stuff going on, like the ghost grabbing the foot of one of the kids and like pulling her off the bed, right? Stuff like that. But I feel like what this movie does a really good job of is it takes its time with a lot of the jump scares. So like my heart would be racing for a scene, and I'm thinking, man, when are they gonna do this jump scare? And they just let the camera like linger on like a dark shadow or a dark room or something's out there in the darkness, but you don't know what. And it'll just linger and linger, and then it hits you with that jump scare. We need to talk about hide and go clap. I knew hide and go seek. I never knew about hide and go clap until this movie. I will never be playing hide and go clap ever in my life. So the daughters, they have this game called hide and clap, where one person has to wear a blindfold and the other people in the game hide, and the person blindfolded gets 3 claps. And so you're supposed to like give a clap, and the person blindfolded has to, using only their hearing, go find where you're at, right? Seems harmless until supernatural spirits start playing the game too. There's a scene where the mother she thinks she's playing hide and go clap with her daughter. She hears a clap at like late at night. It goes, and she's like, it's way too late at night for this, girls. Like, and then she's like, okay, fine, I'll play. So she puts the blindfold on. Well, turns out what's playing hide and go clap with her is an evil spirit. And so she ends up in the basement, and the spirit closes the door behind her really hard, and she falls down. So she she lights a match. So this scene is so messed up, bro. So she has this match, and so all we can see is her matchlit face, right? And it lingers, 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 and you not only hear it, but you see behind her, and that's like the sound design on that, bro. I jumped hard. There was that scene. There's also a scene. One of the daughters, by the way, is also played by Joey King. I knew she looked familiar when I was watching this. I'm like, this little girl looks familiar. It's Joey King. She's been in like The Kissing Booth. She's been in a lot of like, I don't know, rom-commy type of stuff. So there's a scene with her where they're in their bedroom and the ghost pulls the leg of Joey King. And she thinks it's the sister, right? It's not. And then in like the pitch black shadow of the room, she's telling her other sister Nancy, like, do you see that? It's looking right at us. This scene feels like 1,000 years, by the way. And it turns out there was something there. The camera eventually pans up, and there is, I believe it was the Bathsheba demon on top of the cabinet. Freaked me the hell out. Absolutely not. There's just a lot of scenes like that in this movie that are super creepy, and they're just done really, really well. And like I said, I've seen a lot of horror movies where there's maybe one or two scenes of like comedic relief to sort of release that tension. This movie does not do that. It's just spooky throughout the whole thing. Yeah, man, this is probably one of the scarier ones I've seen. I got two more to catch up on. There was some other really creepy scenes. The exorcism scene was super creepy, where the mom gets possessed and is spitting up blood, and you have Ed trying to perform an exorcism. And that was another big part of this movie is Ed and Lorraine they're trying to help this family. They're actually trying to collect evidence so that they can get permission from the church to do the exorcism. So they've got like a UV light. They've got like a camera that's supposed to be able to pick up spirits. They have, I think they have a recording device. They got all this haunted house ghost finding things going on, right? And I mean, just throughout the whole movie, the family's hearing like loud banging at night. And I think another thing that sold this movie for me, as far as the spookiness factor, is that I liked how they explain sort of what things might mean. And what I mean by that is when they're asking the family like, what's been going on, right? He's like, yeah, we keep hearing banging. And Ed is like, does it come in threes? He's like, yeah. Does it stop at dawn? Yeah. He's like, oh yes, that's very common. It's often used to insult the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So they knock in threes as an insult. And just watching it in the dark, like, it just feels spooky. I didn't want there to be explanation to the spookiness, but there was, and I think that makes it even more immersive. The sound design, man, just everything that you would be afraid of in the dark. Pictures falling off the wall, random sounds that you're not sure where it's coming from. And also, so it turns out that like this house, the reason that it's haunted is because many, many years ago, there was this witch, an actively practicing witch, who pledged her allegiance to Satan. I don't claim negative energy from this movie, and neither do you. But she possessed a mother to sacrifice her daughter for Satan, and then cursed the land. She cursed the land. Whoever would try to take her land in the future would be cursed. And then she hung herself from a tree branch. Okay, so when Lorraine, who is the one who's more connected to the spirit world, is checking out the cellar and checking out these different rooms, she's like, Something doesn't feel right. I sense many spirits here, but one of them is super hateful, and that's the Bathsheba demon, who is freaky as hell. The Bathsheba demon is portrayed as an old woman-looking witch. It's actually played by this dude named Joseph Bishara. Oh my god, the effects. It must have been practical effects. I don't think it was. I mean, maybe they used a little CGI, but it looked like practical effects, and it is super creepy. Super creepy, man. I wanted them to just like pour a gallon of holy water on this Bathsheba demon and just like in the movie. I'm tired of watching it, but yeah, man, this movie's crazy, scary. I was scared afterwards. I'm not gonna lie to you. I may or may not have turned on a light or two for a while after this, bro. Ah, my gosh. I'm trying to think of another scene that was really scary. You do have one scene within one of the other daughters where she's talking to what the mom thinks is an imaginary friend. It's a spirit named Rory. I forget what happens to him in the movie. He's not like an evil spirit, but he's still there. And Lorraine picks up on his presence as well. The possession. The possession of the mom was creepy, man. Creepy. I did not like that at all. Like I said, at one point they have her. They're trying to restrain her. She's spitting up blood. She's turning upside down in the chair, and the Bathsheba demon is gaining more power. She tries to kill Ed by using one. There's a cop there with them, by the way. She uses his shotgun to shoot at Ed. This movie's just through and through a really well done, really well executed horror film that I felt scared through all the way. If I had to give it a rating, being from 2013, still, it looks good. The cast does a great job. I felt scared. I thought it was a very immersive. I would have to give it like a 9 out of 10, man. It is probably not one of my favorite ever horror movies. Well, actually, yes and no. Yes, because it's really well done. No, because I don't like the paranormal stuff very much. I've seen other horror movies that I liked more. But yes, I understand why people regard this as one of the best horror movies ever. It's just, it feels like elite level horror, and it really feels like, and it crosses that bridge into because it starts with, oh, this is based on a true story and true events, so you've got that going on. Some other things about this movie, the budget was $20 million. It grossed, as of today, worldwide, it grossed $316 million worldwide. It's top 10 grossing horror movies ever. That's insane for a $20 million budget. I mean, that's crazy. If you guys are interested in watching this, I checked it out on HBO Max, or Max, whatever they're calling themselves now. Some other things about the movie: 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb. Says 87% liked this movie. Yeah, I could see that. 100% liked the acting. Yeah, this was spooky, man. This was spooky. I probably wouldn't watch it again, not because it's not good in quality, just because it was too scary for me. And yet, I am probably gonna be watching the second Conjuring movie after this. So yeah, Ed and Lorraine Warren, their journey continues, I guess, into the supernatural realm. What did you guys think of this movie? Have you guys watched this all the way back from 2013? What did you guys think of it? Is it the best horror movie of all time? Or what do you think is the best horror movie of all time? This was Reviews by Hunter. I am Hunter. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I will catch you next time.